touchdown to send the game in overtime, but the Eagles had to settle for a tie and still have no wins. Big goose egg in the win column on the season. So, Marcellus,
yes, sir.
Let's get to it and keep throwing these blows. Should the Eagles bench Carson Wentz?
You know they should. They should have. This should be past tense. He should have been benched. I'll take my bow right now for getting in front of this because I use my own career, my own lens, my own experience to give me expertise on this subject. Carson Wentz will continue to struggle because Carson Wentz is now in the mindset that if he tries harder, that he can fix this. But that's the exact same reason he got into this position in the first place. Carson Wentz mechanically is eroding. Carson Wentz in terms of eroding, not going away. Carson Wentz in terms of being in the togetherness of a team mindset is on an island by himself. Carson Wentz is now being looked at as less than the parts around him. And that's no place a leader of your team, a franchise quarterback, a guy making $32 million, third most cash this year in the NFL, should be looked at by his peers. So, yeah, you should bench him. Why? Because we got a quarterback going out there throwing the ball 47 times. For only 225 yards. For everything we said about Russell Wilson being elite and Dak being great to elite, what the hell can we say about Carson Wentz right now? Getting outplayed by Joe Burrow in his third NFL game, there's no way that you can look at this and say anything else but it's time for you to get a TV timeout if you're Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz is playing bad football right now. I tweeted it. I'll say it again. Okay. I'll say it with my chest. Carson Wentz is playing bad football right now. I'm not going to give you an excuse, but I am going to give you an explanation. The Eagles are doing Carson Wentz no favors at all whatsoever. Shame on Doug Peterson. Shame on Howie Roseman. Both people I think very highly of. But, Marcellus, you spent the last 20 minutes telling me about how Dak Prescott has no help. Let me show you what no help looks like. Broken wings, full screen, please. Last segment I gave y'all theatrics. Now I'm just going to give y'all a little bit of logic, a little bit of reason. Let's talk about the Eagles receiving core. Alshon Jeffrey, hurt, inactive. Jalen Reagor, first-round pick, inactive. Marquise Goodwin, he's a speedster they traded for during the draft. He opted out. Dallas Goedert got hurt in the first quarter. He played 6 plays. Deshaun Jackson got hurt in the second quarter. He played 28 plays, 31% of the snaps. Take away the full screen. The Eagles' leading receivers yesterday were Greg Ward, high school quarterback. College quarterback, excuse me. Played quarterback, University of Houston. Deontay Burnett, they activated him from practice squad on Saturday night. The game was played on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. John Hightower, a 5th-round pick. And J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, a young man who has 10 career catches in his 2-year career.
Okay.
So if you want to talk about no help, that's what no help looks like. Carson Wentz is playing bad football. I'm not making an excuse for Carson Wentz. I'm providing an explanation. If you want to talk about this question, though, you want to bench Carson Wentz for Jalen Hurts, and you expect Jalen Hurts to do what with this? What you expect? Because my thing is, I'm not trying to further hurt Jalen Hurts.
How does he get hurt?
Okay, let's talk about how.
He ain't Carson Wentz.
I'm not talking about physically. What is Jalen Hurts known for? Again, I college football. I'm not going to disregard your college football, but I covered it as well. Jalen Hurts is known for 2 things. Mental toughness.
Okay.
He transferred he got beat out. Then he came back in, he saved his team in Alabama. Then he transfers to OU, takes his team to the college football playoff, Heisman finalist. He's known for mental toughness. What else is he known for? His elusive ability, his running ability. That is what Jalen Hurts is known for. Jalen Hurts isn't known right now as being a proficient quarterback. Ask anybody. You can ask Alabama fans. You can ask Oklahoma Sooners fans. He's not known for that. So you want to throw Jalen Hurts in a game with John Hightower, Greg Ward, Deontay Burnett, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, and you think there's going to be a difference?
Yeah, I do, actually, and I'm going to use you against you to tell me the difference, because you've been telling me, raving over how last year he had guys that came off the street. He had guys that were quarterbacks last year. And Carson Wentz went undefeated in December and took the team on his back. And without a bad play, oh, my God, an illegal hit, Carson Wentz would have rolled off into the sunset.
Maybe.
How did that play out? You told me. Now, the same guys, or the lack of same guys, is now an issue when last year you gave him praise for that. Make some sense of it, Acho. Now, here's the thing when you're a franchise quarterback. Are we winning because of you, or are we winning in spite of you? Or are we not winning at all because of you? And that's what Carson Wentz has to deal with. Do not keep trying to play whack-a-mole with all the issues saying, well, don't put Jalen Hurts in because his offensive line ain't there. Oh, my God, no receivers. Because you're not going to make condensed sense of this. There is an evaluation at every position. No matter what we come into in the locker room, we can win, we can lose. We have individual meetings. We have position meetings. And in those position meetings, what can you say that's positive to Carson Wentz right now? I don't see it. So what we see now is a quarterback and his confidence at an all-time low. Therefore, his performance is at an all-time low. Carson Wentz, outside of maybe Kirk Cousins this year, has been the most underachieving quarterback. And by some metrics, the worst quarterback.
Absolutely.
This year.
Absolutely.
You have to stop the bleeding. This is a situation where if you want someone to stop the hiccups, you got to scare them. You got to wake them up. You got to shock them. You can't just let them continue breathing as normal and expect them to stop making this.
Here's why I disagree. I disagree because regardless of how ugly it looks, and it looks bad. I've seen every Eagle, well, I played in the first several Eagles games back in 2013, but I've seen every Eagles game for the last 7 years. This isn't all of them, because I was in some, and then I've been watching the rest.
You're the one.
This is as bad as Carson Wentz has looked, including his rookie year, which was bad. But here's the thing.
End of point. That's it. That's all we need to do.
No. If the Eagles were half a game back and were 2-1, would we be tripping? No. So my thing is, Marcellus, the Eagles still are only a half a game back in the NFC East. You're going to bench Carson Wentz, who is bad. I will continue to iterate. He is playing bad. But if you're going to bench Carson Wentz, though you're a half game back, it's not a very wise move. The Eagles made their bed. Here's why, Marcellus, and I'm going to preach on your point for a second.
Let's hear it.
Y'all chose to pay Carson Wentz $32.5 million annually. Y'all chose, though, still to not give him any help. Josh Allen is balling right now. Balling. Who'd he acquire in the offseason? Stephon Diggs. Kyler Murray is balling right now. Who'd he acquire in the offseason? DeAndre Hopkins. But you got Carson Wentz, who you paid. You paid. I didn't pay him. Marcellus, you ain't pay him. You paid Carson Wentz. And yet, you came back into the season with Alshon, with an older, aging Deshaun Jackson, and you didn't even do anything to help him. He's still playing bad. Yes.
Yeah.
But y'all put yourselves in this position. You draft Jalen Hurts in the second round when this is the best receiving draft class we've seen in the last 2 decades. So to bench Carson Wentz right now is dumb for 2 reasons. Number one, it's not as if Jalen Hurts got any help out there. So what's going to happen? You put Jalen Hurts in there, and then he sucks. Now what's your move, Marcellus?
Here's my move, is the fact that I'm not going to look at the GM and say, what number do you wear? Oh, you don't wear a number 11. I'm not going to look at the moves or the lack thereof of moves and say, it's on you. I'm looking at Carson Wentz and saying, I don't give a damn what I put you in terms of situations and circumstances. Play yourself out of them if you're going to be a franchise quarterback. If you're not a franchise quarterback. You just came up here and ripped the Dallas Cowboys, which are tied for first in the NFL. NFC East. And, yes, you did. And on top of that, Dak Prescott's having another career year, backing up a career year last year in his own evaluation. But then it's going to be like mercy rule when it comes to Carson Wentz. No. It makes no sense.
No, I've said, and I will say it again, Carson Wentz is playing bad. That is not mercy. I said Dak Prescott is playing great. Put everything in context. But here's my thing. You look at Deshaun Watson. They're 0-3 right now.
Yeah.
Actually, their record is worse than the Eagles. Deshaun Watson's not a bad quarterback. Carson Wentz right now is playing bad. But what's the issue with Deshaun? He ain't got no help. You look at Matthew Stafford the course of his career. I don't love Matthew Stafford. I know some dudes love him.